Hey guys, it's Brian, and today I want to give you guys my final review for The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1. This is going to be for episode 10, titled In This Life. So yeah guys, we're finally done World Beyond. This was a great episode. I give it a 9 out of 10. Really good. So the episode starts out with 1-year-old Iris and Hope in cradle, and their parents are adopting them in the agency. And at first they want Iris, but they also take Hope too because they just didn't want to separate them. So we finally get to see their dad. So this is crazy. So we finally get to see Dr. Leo Bennett, and he is enjoying a dinner with his kind of scientist girlfriend. And then we have Hope pulling a gun on Huck. So this was crazy. She asked Huck, who the heck is she exactly? And I mean, this was awesome. The awesome cliffhanger from last week. And then we get the awesome, this is the one time I think the intro works. Like, just the way it cuts from Hope and now to intro. I mean, that was awesome. So, meanwhile, we have Silas. He's by himself, and he is just kind of miserable. He is chopping up a squirrel to eat. Looks like he's taking more lessons from good old Daryl from the main show. And, he cooks that squirrel. And as he leaves, suddenly the grill that he was using, the wind kind of blows it down, and it catches on. It causes this pile to catch on fire. Silas better leave. Arson. And meanwhile, Elton, who is around the area, he actually sees the smoke, and he sees Silas and gives him a hug. So this is the best friends are reunited, and. We also see Percy, who is being pulled on a kind of weird kid's wagon. So, yeah. Anyways, we have Iris, just talking to Felix. She made like a new cushion for his foot because it, still hurts. And he's kind of able to walk, I suppose, with it. And Felix just talks about how, he mentions Hope and Huck about maybe what happened to them. And we get back to Hope and Huck. And Hope is just, broken down. She feels betrayed. She asks why she's part of the CRM. She says that she cracked the code and everything. And, but suddenly they get attacked by walkers because, Hope fired the shot earlier. And yes, so it's not good. So meanwhile, we have Dr. Leo. He asks, his girlfriend Lila about how just some things about the CRM, like how does she know that the doctor that he worked with is visiting his sister when he hasn't seen him in a while, and there's no communication, so things like that. Meanwhile, back with Huck and Hope, Huck is telling Hope that they should just not deal with this right now. They should fight the walkers. And suddenly, this was kind of weird. Hope just gets attacked by the walkers, and she actually drops the gun. In the river thing. And I'm just like, okay, did that seriously just happen? I don't know. She couldn't use the gun on the walkers. I don't know. It was just weird to me. But she uses, her spear knife thing. We got to come up with names for these things because it's been 10 episodes now. And this is crazy. So we have Iris, and they go into the room that Huck mentioned earlier. And they find it's full of medical supplies. So the Huck was trying to keep them away from this room, but it's full of CRM stuff. And this was crazy. So meanwhile, Percy mentions how it was Huck that's the one who shot him and, killed his uncle. And Silas is relieved that it wasn't him in like a drunken state that killed Tony. And, the characters say that they need to find Hope and the others before something happens to them. And meanwhile, after they killed the walkers, Hope decides to go back, with Huck, and, Hope is asking questions like, did she kill Tony? Why is she doing this? And Huck mentions how they're doing this for the future, and that she doesn't know who she is, that she's really, she is valuable, and, that she can help them, and that they're doing this for the future. Sometimes you got to do bad to do good. But this doesn't make any sense whatsoever because you do two bad things, they're still bad. You know what I mean? Like a good and bad thing is still a bad thing. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. It's just, Huck, it seems like she is just kind of full CRM sometimes. And yeah, she mentions to Hope how she is valuable And some people thought Hope might be the cure, but I knew she wasn't the cure. And yeah, it's because she's a super genius, you know. And okay, and this is the okay, and now this is the last time. I'm sick of the whole violent content warning, honestly. So meanwhile, we have a flashback where Leo is talking to his girlfriend about how Hope used to be so smart. She disassembled and assembled a computer a year before the apocalypse, you know, and says that, you know, she's a super genius, you know, that she was just born with an amazing intellect, like maybe like, I don't know, Hope had like a photographic memory or something, and the parents are just talking and discussing about, you know, what they can do for her. And in the present, we have Huck, who is, you know, still talking with Hope. She even tells Hope to not run away, because if she does run away, the people might be put in danger, and the CRM will just try to find her anyways, and, you know, kidnap her and kill everyone she cares about. So that's why she should come with Huck. And meanwhile, the characters Percy, Elton, and Silas, they're talking about what they should do for the others to find Hope. And suddenly they hear a truck outside, and they decide to look for it. And suddenly they see that it is the CRM. And oh boy, I mean, they kind of figured that, like, hey, we kind of took the CRM's gas, truck, and codes, and, you know, they see soldiers exiting. They most likely saw the smoke and know people are around the area. So meanwhile, we have Iris and Felix. They're kind of patching up the destroyed tire, that because of, you know, Huck. And, you know, Felix tells Iris that she needs to be the one to drive, because he can't. And you know, he starts teaching her how to drive, and they're on their way. So meanwhile, after refusing some I think peeps from Huck, Hope is just, you know, upset, but Huck mentions that she's doing the right thing, that they're both protecting the people they care about. And suddenly they see the truck outside, that it is, you know, Felix and Iris. They have managed to catch up pretty fast, I would say. And you know, Huck tells Hope to keep quiet about what happened, and as Iris and Felix are looking inside, they come across Huck, and Huck acts like, you know, oh, it's just a coincidence we found you. And it's like, yeah, Huck, you're kind of left behind, and, you know, Huck is trying to play it off, but Felix, he's not buying it, but he's kind of playing along, and he takes Huck's gun, which this was cool, because Felix has just had enough. He asks Huck who she is, you know, no more lies, no more anything. He doesn't trust her. And meanwhile, we get with Lila. She is talking by herself. She's kind of preparing when she tells Leo about the CRM, how he's going to reunite with Hope, and just everything that's going on. So meanwhile, back with Felix, he you know, obviously just doesn't trust Huck anymore. I mean, who would? And even mentions, you know, Huck was trying to even leave just now with Hope, you know what I mean? And he says that he's not going to let that happen. But suddenly they get into a fight, because Huck slams Felix to a wall and down the stairs. So, yeah. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. This fight, I had some issues with it, but it was still better than, I'm going to say it, it was better than the Rick versus Negan fight back in Season 8. So I said it. I mean, this fight was well done. So meanwhile, we have Elton, Silas, and there's more CRM soldiers that are coming after them. And there's so many soldiers. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, the boys are in trouble, big trouble. So meanwhile, the house that they're in is catching on fire. And I'm sorry, why aren't Hope and Iris trying to help Felix? This was weird to me. And we have, you know, Felix and Huck fighting. So I did have a small issue with this, because, like, Huck is, like, really doing too well, I suppose. You know, Felix has, like, 100 pounds over her. So shouldn't he kind of be winning in this fight? I mean, he does get a few good hits in, and yes, his leg is injured still, but, like, I don't know. They make it seem like literally, Felix is on top of Huck, and he can literally, like, crush her neck or something. But somehow she kicks him, she pushes him off her. Like, no, that's fake. But I still think this fight was better than Rick versus Negan. So yeah, the characters. I still don't understand why why Hope and Iris aren't doing anything. You know, they're just, you know, trying to escape the burning house, but it's like there's a door right there, but, you know, whatever. So meanwhile, while Elton and Silas and Percy are trying to escape, the fence is blocked. There's no way they can get through. Silas starts having, you know, flashbacks to Iris, all the good times that they had, the times where he kind of connected with them like they were his family. Silas doesn't want anything to happen to them. And when Elton and Percy get through a small gap in the fence, Silas closes the fence and says that he'll distract them, because they won't stop until they catch somebody. And I really thought that Silas was going to die here, but they're forced to leave him behind. As Felix and Huck are continuing to fight, Hope finally pulls her gun out and tells them to stop, but they're not really listening, and they see that walkers are coming. And, even though Iris can take them by herself, Hope has a different idea. So I'm sorry, but seriously, Hope is about to kill Felix right here. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit unbelievable. I don't know what you guys think, but it's a little bit fake in my opinion. But suddenly a gunshot rings up, and Hope did not shoot Huck. I really thought that she did. I was kind of hoping, but something else happened. It was a warning shot, and Hope says that if she kills Felix, then she'll just kill herself right here. And she says that she needs her, and this whole mission would have been for nothing. So this is just crazy. I gotta give it to Hope in this situation. Not the best idea, but still, I guess it worked. And meanwhile, Elton and Percy, they're watching as Silas gives himself up to the CRM. It's kind of crazy. He's about to get taken. More trucks are coming, and the house that Iris and them were in, it is just burning down. And Hope talks to Felix about how she's going to go with Huck to protect them, and that this is the only way to do it. And meanwhile, Hope goes to Iris to say goodbye, and I had a small problem with the scene because, seriously, the actress for Hope, she does an amazing job. She feels like it feels like the actress is really trying here, but the actress for Iris, I don't know, let me know what you guys think, because when they're hugging, it just doesn't feel real. The tears aren't there, and just the face, it just does not feel like, she is a real sister. It just doesn't work. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but yeah. I hope in season 2 the actress for Iris gets better, because season 1 just did not cut it. After that, we have Huck talking to Felix one last time, and just mentioning about what's happened, and that Hope is a lucky girl, and that they are gonna take care of her. And I'm sorry, I'm with Felix here. I'm just not buying it. The trust is dead. So meanwhile, we have Silas surrendering to the CRM, and I really thought they were going to shoot him here, but actually they go behind him and they start putting handcuffs on him, which is a callback to how he started as a character when he got put handcuffs on for killing his father. So kind of comes full circle. So meanwhile, we have Leo Bennett, within the CRM, and he is talking to his girlfriend, saying that he's had doubts about the CRM, about the whole, their military and their motives and all that stuff. And the scene ends. So maybe, who knows? Maybe she will report him. Who knows, honestly. So in the morning, Huck is driving Hope to the CRM location to the evac zone, and she says that they're here. This is about the future, but I'm sorry, this is not worth the future. The CRM, they kill 10,000 people. How does that benefit the future? They're evil. Sure, Huck doesn't know. We find out later, but still, this is how much is the future worth sacrificing for? I don't think it's worth this much, honestly. Meanwhile, Elton is still walking with Percy, and he mentions that they're going to need to find shelter at some point and kind of recover from what happened. So this is the last scene of them for the season, and we finally get to see the CRM helicopter. It lands at the evac zone. It just touches down, and Hope and Huck are there waiting. And then we see Elizabeth and her two robots show up, and she's just talking about how it's great to meet her. It's all this stuff, and she talks with Huck and all that stuff, and Huck mentions how the other people didn't come, they're not a threat, and Elizabeth says that she sent people to look for them, they won't be a threat anymore. And it's oh wow, Huck, seriously, And she didn't even know about the campus colony being wiped out, and Elizabeth says that they'll talk about it, and just all that stuff. She says that the Bennetts are going to be very valuable and all that stuff, but I mean, no, I mean, I hope they destroy the CRM. It's what they deserve. So meanwhile, Felix is walking with Iris, and they say that they're gonna need, food and shelter and all that stuff. And Iris says that they're gonna be okay. They're gonna defeat the CRM because they can. We get a flashback to when Iris was little, and she's the one who actually helped Hope with the computer. And she mentions how much they changed, and this is a good point. It's very true. And Hope mentions how that you are gonna save the world from the CRM, not me save the world, like with the CRM kind of thing. And yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. So meanwhile, Iris and Felix are talking in the woods. Suddenly they hear something, and suddenly they see people in the woods. I was a little bit surprised by this. It was a little bit creepy when I first saw it. And Felix is suddenly he is kind of shocked, I suppose. He sees something, and we see that it is his boyfriend Will. And this is crazy. So he actually is surprised. He hugs him and says that he thought they were all dead. And Felix asks, why would we be dead? And they don't know campus colony is wiped out, but Will does. And he says that they have a lot to talk about. And, just that that's pretty much it. They have a lot to talk about. And the characters are, they kind of look up. They hear a helicopter going in the sky. But, it's crazy because that's actually, where Hope is. And as the camera pans up, we get the final, The Walking Dead World Beyond. And, I mean, not the best way to end the season, but after that, we get the helicopter that's going through the title. So, yeah. So anyway, what can I say? I mean, I really enjoyed this episode, guys. I mean, it was a 9 out of 10. We got some really interesting stuff with the CRM. And honestly, guys, I cannot wait. Honestly, I'm kind of excited for Season 2. Because if it's at least just as good as Season 1, I honestly think that World Beyond will have had, I would say, a better start than Fear the Walking Dead did for its first 2 seasons. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for my view of The Walking Dead World Beyond, the Season 1 finale, Episode 10. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.